How's it going, guys? So training got a little bit weird this week because I did get sick on like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I kind of missed the session, but I did have kind of my weekly layout that I've been doing the past 2 weeks, probably for the foreseeable future to start this video. So it's a 5-day split, pretty much a full body with 3 push days and 2 pull days. Essentially, I'm deadlifting twice a week, so I have like a strength and a hypertrophy type setup. Then I'm squatting 3 times a week now, so I just dropped the front squat. So I pretty much have a 4 to 6 day, a 6 to 8 day, and a 2 to 4 day. And then bench press, I have a 4 to 6 day and a 2 to 4 day, and then overhead press, kind of my assistance day. So my first and my fifth workouts are really similar. My third workout, more of an assistance day, kind of push, and then like I have a pull strength and a pull hypertrophy. Kind of the assistance work goes with that as well. So kind of talk about some of the footage I did get from this week. Like I did say, I did get 4 of my 5 workouts in. I just didn't give them a heavy work in. So this was the squats, and seems like so long ago. I believe this was Monday here. I think this was my first kind of acclimation set. I think this was 335 for 4 or 5 reps here. So really what I was wanting to work on, especially after my max out week, was to work on my depth a little bit more for my squats. Usually depth hasn't been an issue for me, but as I've been trying to get a heavier 1 rep max, even on my rep work, I've been seeing that I'm not like shallow, especially since like my quads are kind of big. Sometimes my reps look shallow when they're really not. But I just want to make sure that I'm burying the depth here. And I believe that was 345 for 5. It cut off. That is a 5-pound PR for me. This was the first day I got my Inzer belt, which is something I really wanted to talk about in this video. So this was the first time really trying it. I used it on a lot of my warm-up stuff, and then I went for a PR. I felt like, I was feeling good this day as well. I didn't just go for it because I had my belt. But this was 375 for a triple. It doesn't look great. I do think my hips are shooting up a little bit more than I'd like with this kind of weight. But nonetheless, 375 for a triple, probably with the few in the tank as well, felt really good. The belt overall for the day felt awesome. I didn't break it in a ton. I tried to get some rolls. I tried just to leave the lever out and then roll it a couple dozen times each way. Just some recommendations I kind of saw online. But and then I didn't really have a lot of bruising either. Again, I normally don't wear belts at all. I never really felt comfortable wearing a belt, but with this Inzer belt, I liked how it wasn't so long. A lot of the belts I've used in the past are really thick in the back, and they're really narrow in the front for like kind of that lower back support. But I like how the Inzer is thick, but it's not so tall, if that makes sense. It doesn't come up all the way like to my mid back. So I felt like the support was awesome. I think I used it. This was a PR as well for like volume work. I think I did 4 sets of 3 at 340, and I did the last set without a belt to kind of see how it feels. Generally, I probably won't use my belt this often. I probably won't use it for most of my back off work unless I feel like I really need it. But like I said, I just wanted to get accustomed to it, and I'm not going to get accustomed to it unless I wear it kind of frequently. So I typically will just use it for like my heaviest type stuff, or where I think I really need it, because I still want to take advantage of the core work that you do develop with compound lifts. So you see this here, this last set of 3 was a little bit harder, but it's also my final set, so wasn't a real problem with 340 for triples there. So then again, this was, I believe, the following day, my last squats of the week, I believe. I wore a belt again for my higher rep squat day. So I don't think I wore it leading up to this, but it did give me a lot of support, and I was really happy with my depth on this set and my next set as well. So this was a 1 rep PR for me. I believe last week I hit 315 for 7. Not sure if I'll hit that this week, like I have been sick and whatnot, so I may back off my numbers a little bit if I need to. But today will be my first, today's Tuesday, will be my first true training session, so I'm going to go in there with a mindset that I'm going to hit my numbers, but if I need to back off for a few days, no big deal. And then this was another kind of high rep PR. So last week my top set was 315 for 7, and this was 320 for 7. As far as wearing the belt on the high rep sets, I wasn't a huge fan of it because I almost felt like I was running out of breath. I'm not sure if other people have felt that as well, but so I'm not really sure how I'll use the belt with my hypertrophy, the 6 to 8 type rep range. Definitely think it'll be helpful in the 2 to 4s and even the 4 to 6s. But yeah, we'll just kind of see. I think I did my last set at 320 without a belt, just kind of see how it felt. I definitely feel more stable, not necessarily stronger with the belt, but I just feel like it's less I have to think about as far as my core being tight. And I do have some issues with my torso kind of leaning back and forward, especially when I get to like, maybe not this, 320 is not really heavy for me, but especially if I'm probably getting around the 350-ish mark, I start to get a little like forward lean and start to like good morning a little bit. So I think having a belt will definitely help me hold my kind of core stable position. But I'm not sure how helpful it really is for the higher rep stuff for me. At least right now, I don't think like it helps a ton. And I think maybe the breathing issues too will probably go away with time as I get more accustomed to it. But overall, I loved working with the Inzer belt this week, and definitely a great investment. I'll probably put up like a separate video if and when I have time about my just overall thoughts on the belt after I have it for a few weeks. One of the few assistance work movements that I got on film this week, this was overhead press. I'm not really that strong in overhead press anymore. This is not the strongest I've been, but I just haven't been that consistent with it. I've just been really focused on the bench press more frequently. But I'll put that in there at least once a week and hope that I can get that up as well. And this was my last workout of the week, so this was kind of another my last warm-up set, if you will. So this is 315 for a single, and that just like flew up. It was crazy. So I was feeling great this day, and so my previous best for a set of 5 was actually 340, and I went for 365 because I felt like I had it in me. And I didn't lock out this final rep, but overall in the set I felt really good. I definitely think like I'm capable of pulling 365 for 5. And yeah, as far as the belt goes, I think as far as for me right now, the belt's helping a lot more with my deadlift and my squat. Like I really feel like I could probably pull 405 at the moment. Maybe not at the moment now that I'm sick, but once I'm recovered, I think that 405 is definitely in me, just having a belt. Again, just helps me feel so much more secure. And again, anyone who pulls conventional kind of tends to have an issue with their back rounding. So I just feel a lot more safe and confident going into the lift with my belt on. So hopefully I'll probably be maxing out. Maybe not next week now since I'm kind of sick, but maybe 2 weeks from now, depending on how my schedule looks. But definitely I have 405 in me. And then my goal was to hit 425 by the end of the year, so I definitely think that's attainable as well. And just kind of showing you guys one of my favorite assistance movements here. So this is a 45-degree hyper extension. So this just murders my glutes and hamstrings. I've shown you guys this before with a mini band and use a pretty heavy weighted dumbbell as well. But that's the video for this week, guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Give it a like, and I will see you guys in a few days. Take care.